Oh. I don't have my own children. My name is Julia. I was lucky to be raised in the Unitarian Church, and the 7 principles remain the guiding light of my spiritual practice. If you are newer to First Unitarian, you might not know me because I primarily watch services online for the exact reason I'm here today. I teach public high school. I sleep in on Sundays. This week I started my 11th year in education and my 8th year at my current school. I teach in a Title I international baccalaureate school serving low-income kids. 60% of our students are multilingual learners and many have high levels of trauma. We are an open access IB school that affirms that any student who wants that challenge deserves that opportunity regardless of test scores. I teach government, geography, US history, beginning English, and 9th grade English. Yes, I'm tired. The majority of my students are immigrants or refugees who are in the beginning stages of learning English and American culture. My students are from 16 different countries and speak 7 different primary languages. Working in this context is living my faith. My work is grounded in my favorite UU principles: justice, equity, and compassion in all human relations, and respect for the interdependent web of all existence. My classroom is a daily exploration of the global human condition. The best experiences of teaching will forever be working with kids who can barely say, "Hi, how are you?" in English on their first day in my class, and then seeing them in their senior year telling me in English about their college or career plans that were made possible by our time together. Being raised Unitarian by an incredible mom gave me the safe landing place to dream of possibilities for my future. Now I get to be one of the safe adults in my students' lives that allows them to dream of the endless possibilities that their parents could only hope for. Last year, we had 67 students graduate with the Colorado Seal of Biliteracy, granting them a high school diploma in English and their first language. Our salutatorian was a young woman from Afghanistan who is now pursuing dentistry at the University of Colorado, Denver. Teaching changes how I watch the news because my classroom reflects the decisions made in those beautiful white buildings in Washington. While my teaching experience is unique, all of us have a variety of experiences with the education system. We all have opinions about the strengths, weaknesses, frustrations, and celebrations with the American education system. For parents, their verbalized perspective on the education system is often only focused on all of the shortcomings where we have misstepped to support their kids, overlooking all of the incredible things we are already doing. Parents rightfully should be their kids' greatest advocate, and teachers are doing everything they can for every child. The buzzwords sometimes diminish that the youth mental health crisis and the teacher shortage is real. It is pervasive and it is overwhelming. In my district, there are currently 242 open positions for teachers and support staff, including counselors, administrators, cafeteria workers, bus drivers, and security. 48 of those are unfilled classroom teacher positions. With a generous assumption of an average class size of 30, that means 1,500 kids in my district do not have a teacher and are being crammed into overcrowded classrooms. With a shortage of 108 paraprofessionals, it means students with learning disabilities are missing opportunities and one-on-one support. The shortage of substitute teachers means the tiny amount of planned time to prepare lessons, grade papers, and respond to parent emails stack up while we cover classes. Parents advocating for their kids are emailing teachers who simply cannot respond in a realistic time frame. We are all doing our best, and giving each other grace should be an expression of our faith. While my teaching experience has had incredible highlights, there are dark days too. Over the last 11 years, I've watched too many parents bury their child from opioid overdose, car accidents, and gun violence. The trauma from each of these tragedies ripples through our community. The trauma of poverty, hunger, and homelessness is undeniable. The COVID years were hard, but teaching during the Trump years was excruciating. I had students who had been in the cages, separated from families that were too terrified to give accurate contact information to the school for fear that we would give that information to ICE. Families that were too scared to admit that their children did not speak English because it would identify them as an immigrant and targeted as undocumented. Those years were the biggest test of my faith and fuel my determination to make sure that we never go back. But what kept me grounded was knowing that science and faith are intertwined. All of the research on child development and trauma says that a trusted adult offering hope is the best intervention for healing trauma. My faith grows when we are healing in community. Offering hope to young people is using science to live my faith. The good news is that we are starting to acknowledge that trauma is real and it must be addressed honestly if we are ever going to heal and build a future that offers opportunities for every child. Throughout all of it, my favorite moment of every day is the quiet moment opening my classroom door every morning, knowing that it is the safe landing place for so many kids. That no matter what circumstances they are waking up to, when they walk in my room, they are safe. I may not be able to change the world. I cannot stop the violence, racism, xenophobia, or poverty, but I can dig where I stand. I can grow a garden in my classroom where kids have fertile soil to plant their dreams and opportunities become possible. If after everything I've said you know anyone considering a career in education, I would still say, minus the student loan debt, it is the best job in the world. It will crack your soul wide open, but if you plant seeds in the cracks and pray for rain, you can make a difference and be inspired every day. The most important thing to remember is that kids come to school every day either to learn or to be loved. Your job every day is to figure out what each kid needs, and either way, they need you. My job fulfills everything I wanted in a professional career. I wanted to find something I'm good at, that I love to do, that can help improve the world, and I get paid to do. Ultimately, our schools are a direct reflection of our society. Our society can never truly improve until our schools do. Be an ally to your kid's teacher and share your calm with them. Donate supplies to them. Yes, there will be conflict, but love is not the absence of conflict. Love is the presence of conflict with the character, courage, and integrity to battle through anyway. Student success is not always quantifiable, but it always matters. Every granola bar I give out may not raise their test scores, but it is the first step towards raising kids who believe in themselves and have the energy to believe in the possibility of their future. Even though my career and professional evaluation is on getting the measurable success of test scores, if we focus on the humanity of every child, the test scores will follow suit. No kid has ever cared what I know until they know I care about them. And that is the real expression of my faith.
Please rise in body and or spirit and join me in singing This Little Light of Mine.